My philosophy of life is that if we make up our mind what we are going to make of our lives, then work hard toward that goal, we never lose. Somehow we win out. All great change in America begins at the dinner table. Life is one grand sweet song, so start the music. I now begin the journey that will lead me into the sunset of my life. I know that for America there will always be a bright dawn ahead. When you can't make them see the light, make them feel the heat. Education is not the means of showing people how to get what they want. Education is an exercise by means of which enough men, it is hoped, will learn to want what is worth having. It's true, hard work never killed anybody, but I figure, why take the chance? I did turn 75 today. Remember, that's only 24 Celsius. Thomas Jefferson once said, "We should never judge a president by his age, only by his works." And ever since he told me that, I stopped worrying. I want you to know that also, I will not make age an issue of this campaign. I am not going to exploit political purposes my opponent's youth and inexperience. I have left orders to be awakened at any time in case of national emergency, even if I'm in a cabinet meeting. Before I refuse to take your questions, I have an opening statement. How can a president not be an actor? Republicans believe every day is the 4th of July, but the Democrats believe every day is April 15th. You know, it has been said that politics is the second oldest profession, and I've come to realize over the last few years, it bears a great similarity to the first. Politics is not a bad profession. If you succeed, there are many rewards. If you disgrace yourself, you can always write a book. Government's first duty is to protect the people, not run their lives. Government does not solve problems, it subsidizes them. Government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem. Government is like a baby, an alimentary canal with a big appetite at one end and no sense of responsibility at the other. Government always finds a need for whatever money it gets. I've noticed that everybody that is for abortion has already been born. The trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. When you can't make them see the light, make them feel the heat. How do you tell a communist? Well, it's someone who reads Marx and Lenin. And how do you tell an anti-communist? It's someone who understands Marx and Lenin. Within the covers of the Bible are the answers for all the problems men face. I know in my heart, man is good. What is right will always eventually triumph. There's purpose and worth to each and every life. Problem is not that people are taxed too little. Problem is that government spends too much. Information is the oxygen of the modern age. It seeps through the walls topped by barbed wire, wafts across the electrified borders. There are no easy answers. There are simple answers. We must have the courage to do what we know is morally right. Some people wonder all their lives if they've made a difference. The Marines don't have that problem. Surround yourself with the best people you can find. Delegate authority, and don't interfere as long as the policy you've decided upon is being carried out. If we love our country, we should also love our countrymen. The best minds are not in government. Any were, business would steal them away. We should measure welfare's success by how many people leave welfare, not by how many are added. Status quo. You know, is Latin for the mess we're in. I have wondered at times what the Ten Commandments would have looked like if Moses had run them through the U.S. Congress. My fellow Americans, I am pleased to tell you I just signed legislation which outlaws Russia forever. The bombing begins in 5 minutes. Each generation goes further than the generation preceding it, as it stands on the shoulders of that generation. You will have opportunities beyond anything we've ever known. Government is like a baby. An alimentary canal with a big appetite at one end and no sense of responsibility at the other. I am not worried about the deficit. It is big enough to take care of itself. Let us be sure that those who come after will say of us in our time, that in our time we did everything that could be done. We finished the race. We kept them free. We kept the faith.